Hello and welcome to another insightful edition of the Issues and Voice of the People TV. And I'll say thank God it's Friday, and I'm your host, Jerry Arpeliohai. And today we're taking a closer look at Nigerians' most pressing challenges, from the future of our education system to the urgent need for stronger political reforms. We are breaking down these complex issues that will define the future of our great nation. Stay with us as we explore these topics with our esteemed guests and analysts who are ready to discuss how we can drive a positive change together. The time for clarity and action is now. This is a conversation you won't want to miss. And be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of the issues. We begin the show today where Hajia Najaatu Mohammed, a northern politician, has reaffirmed her support for comments made by Nigeria's National Security Advisor Ribadu'S, who allegedly called President Bola Ahmed Tinubu the most corrupt governor during his tenure with the EFCC. In an interview, she highlighted that Ribadu'S statements are publicly accessible on social media and challenged him to pursue legal action against her if he disagrees, insisting she will not retract her remarks based on his own past words. Alright, there's still more where NAFDAC is pushing for the death penalty for drug peddlers, particularly those selling harmful medications to children. Director General Mojisola Adeyeye argues that severe penalties are essential to deter such crimes and has called for collaboration with the judiciary and National Assembly to strengthen legal measures. Despite this effort, NAFDAC faces challenges due to a shortage of staff and funding, limiting its ability to combat drug-related issues effectively. Away from that now to the education sector, where the Nigerian government has announced the replacement of the 6334 education system with a compulsory 12-year uninterrupted basic education model, raising the minimum entry age for tertiary institutions to 16 years of age. All right, after this short break, we'll dig deeper into this topic and more. Don't go away. Welcome back. Let's dive straight into today's discussion. We started off by talking about Hajia Najaatu Mohammed, a northern politician, has reiterated her stance for statements she made about Nigeria's National Security Advisor Ribadu'S concerning President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In an interview, she affirmed her belief in Ribadu'S earlier remarks where he allegedly referred to Tinubu as the most corrupt governor during his time as chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Najaatu pointed out that Ribadu'S comments are publicly available on social media and YouTube, making it easy for anyone to verify her claims. She emphasized the accessibility of this information for those who are interested. Additionally, Najaatu challenged Ribadu'S to take legal action against her if he disagrees with her statement, asserting that she has no intention of retracting her remarks as they are rooted in Ribadu'S own past statements. All right, we'll take a listen from Hajia Najaatu on, of course, asserting and reaffirming her comments in this one. We'll take a listen.
I am Najaatu Mohammed, the founder and chairperson board of trustees for the Northern Star Youth Initiative. There is no retreat, no surrender, no apologies to Nuhu Ribadu. I'm speaking in response to the recent threats and intimidation by Nuhu Ribadu using his attack dogs and his lawyer Ahmed Raji and co. Regarding my statement that the then chairman of the EFCC had publicly accused the then governor of Lagos State, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, of being, and I quote, a corrupt government official who will not escape justice. While I acknowledge that Nuhu Ribadu might have forgotten or chosen to retract his comments from the past, I stand by my statement and do not believe an apology is warranted. Apology to whom exactly? To President Tinubu for the earlier comments made by his now National Security Advisor? Or apology to Nuhu Ribadu for his forgetfulness and master-serving mindset? I stand by my original statement and will not be retracting it. My words accurately reflect my views on the matter based on what is already in public domain. And I do not believe an apology or retraction is necessary. I will not compromise my position to appease Ribadu and his attack dogs. I will not retract my statement, nor will I apologize for speaking the truth as I see it. Nuhu Ribadu, you have issues. As you have threatened, please go straight to court, but nothing will silence me. You must understand that you cannot intimidate me. No one can.
Right, and of course, Hajia speaking like a comrade there and saying that Nuhu Ribadu, you can silence her. And she stands on her comment. All right, joining me here in the studio today to analyze this and more, we have Mr. Peter Anosike. Mr. Anosike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He is also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. All right, joining us virtually. And okay, Mr. Anosike, it's a great pleasure to have you on this insightful program today. And thank God it's Friday.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, and of course, joining us virtually from Port Harcourt is Pius Duko. He is a journalist. He is the president of Pius Duko Foundation. He is also a social commentator and as well as a public affairs analyst. Good evening. Great to have you on the issues.
Yes, good evening. Nice to have you too on this great evening and the great topics.
All right, let's start off with Hajia Najaatu versus Nuhu Ribadu. How do you assess the credibility of allegations made by politicians like Najaatu Mohammed against high-ranking officials like Nuhu Ribadu? And some will ask, why now? Why is she coming out to say this now? Can we say there's something that would have made Najaatu to refer to this comment, which is already in the public domain? And why does it look like Nuhu Ribadu is irritated and is bringing a lot of rank already between her and Nuhu Ribadu? Yeah, Mr. Pius. All right. Okay, we understand it's a bad network there. Okay, let me go to Mr. Anosike. Hajia Najaatu versus Nuhu Ribadu. She has said she stands by a comment, and of course, like the president will say, if you are not happy with it, go to court. So Nuhu Ribadu, if he's not happy with it, she has said he should take her to court.
She said that she would not apologize for Nuhu Ribadu's forgetfulness. The truth is that Nuhu Ribadu did not forget. He did not forget, understand me? So he's not suffering from amnesia or dementia. Understand? So he made that comment that's at the Senate. He listed the 5 most corrupt governors in the country then, and that was 2006. And he mentioned the Bunda Ahmed Tinubu, Orji Ozokando, George Akume, Ibrahim Shakarawu of Kano State. And these people were in the opposition then. But Orji Ozokando was not on the same page with Orji Ozokando. So, and he said that they will never evade justice, that they must be brought to book. This statement made front pages That's when he made it. So nobody can come now to say that he did not make that statement. But he felt, because of his current position, that he can intimidate Mohammed, understand, by giving him her 1 week to apologize. If you are serious, you don't give 1 week, you give 24 hours. So the issue is this: I love the woman's stand, understand? And what he said was not allegedly. The National Security Advisor made that statement
In the statement.
when he was the chairman of EFCC, because he never expected that Tinubu will one day become president and he will be appointed the NSA. So he was just thinking of today. That's when that statement was made. So he never envisaged what will happen in the next 10, 20 years. And what they don't know is that internet never forgets. Internet never forgets. So everybody should be conscious and mindful of what he or she is saying. And what you said in the night, that you must try to stand on it during the day.
Yeah, anything you say during the night, you must be able to defend it and stand by it during the day. All right, we understand that Pius Duko is back. It's great to have you back. Sorry about that. Talking about the network issues. Okay, let me go back to you. Do you believe the political dynamics between Tinubu's administration and Ribadu'S position as NSA are sustainable? Or is this just the beginning of deeper political fractures within the seat of power? Hello, are you with us? All right, it seems like Mr. Pan. Okay, we can't hear you. Please, can you unmute your audio so we can get to hear you? Okay, Mr. Pius, we can't hear you. Please unmute your audio so we can get to hear you. All right, it seems like Mr. Pius will have to deal with the audio situation there. Okay, taking a look at the relationship between Tinubu and Nuhu Ribadu, can we say with all of this, that relationship is going to be sustainable for a long time? Taking a look that it looks like Tinubu may have to remember when this man was all about me.
No, Tinubu already know, and Tinubu know that Ribadu said that. But I believe that Tinubu is a very good team player, because in 2011 he gave Ribadu his own political party, Action Congress, then to run as a presidential candidate. So if Tinubu can do that at that point in time, I don't think if this thing now can rupture their relationship.
Right. You think that relationship is still going to be stronger and, of course, more bigger than whatever Najaatu is throwing at them at the moment?
No, that it's not going to rupture the relationship, because if he to do it, Tinubu would not have given him his own party. Even though Tinubu gave it to him, but Tinubu still betrayed him in that 2011. Understand me? Tinubu gave him his own political party that to run as a presidential candidate, and the same Tinubu betrayed him, because Tinubu in 2011 had an alliance with Jonathan. And that was why PDP won Lagos State in the presidential election in 2011. It was only Arebo who said no, that I will not allow it. In 2011, it was only Osun State that Nuhu Ribadu won.
Okay, let's go back to this more. Okay, how likely is it that there will be a legal action taken against Najaatu Mohammed by Ribadu, and what impact will this have on Nigeria's political climate?
Nuhu Ribadu cannot take any legal action because he knew that he said this. Even Tinubu know that he said this. Understand me? So and he said it in the Senate chamber. Journalists were there and they wrote that story that day and it made front page the next day. Understand me? So when you go and search a newspapers of 2016, you see it. So he's not going to take any legal action. And he did it when he was in his own best mental state. What he should have done now is I remember things at that time, but I'm now better informed. Understand me? This will make him look more STEM-manly. Understand me? More courageous. I said it, but then I was misinformed. Now I'm better informed. Instead of saying I didn't do it, saying I didn't do it, make him to lack integrity.
All right, talking about integrity, what does this say about the integrity of Nuhu Ribadu? And being the fact that he accused the same man of being the most corrupt politician, and now he's serving under his government as a national security advisor.
That's why in politics it's not about anything but interest. So right now he and Tinubu had the same interest. So that's why they are together. So politics is not about friendship. It's not about I love you or I hate you.
What about integrity?
But we have the same interest.
What does this say about the integrity of Nuhu Ribadu as a person?
No. Politicians, when electorates, when they are going to vote, they know that they're not going to vote for a saint or an angel. They know that good people don't stand for elections. Politicians, voters know that good people cannot go and stand for elections. So what they are looking for is the best among the worst. Understand?
That is the situation of Nigeria.
That's the situation of Nigeria. That's the situation everywhere. Voters know that good people cannot stand the election. So they are not saying we are going there to vote for Jesus Christ or for Muhammad. No. We are looking for the best among the worst.
So Nuhu Ribadu can go and see no more.
No, he will continue that to sin once he remain in this business of politics. You cannot jump into the river without getting wet.
All right, of course, with figures like Nasir Rufai backing Najaatu's claims, what does this reveal about the internal divisions within the ruling party and its allies?
No, 2027 is at work here. So, and everybody know that Ribadu has a presidential ambition. He tried it once and he wants to try it again. Then the vice president, Shetima, also has a presidential ambition. So it's make him more dirtier than you. That's the game. They are already dirty. So make him to look more dirty than you.
Wow. Quite very interesting. Of course, more or less like the tactics that was employed when Jonathan was removed. It looks like there's another tactics at play, and it looks like Nuhu Ribadu, I beg your pardon, Nasir Rufai, he is quite active when it comes to creating a lot of disruption. What do you think?
Well, those people who are with that stature are always that way.
Okay, meaning disruptive.
People with that stature are always that way. Check El Rufai check Adams or Sure Monday.
Oh, wow.
Understand? All of them are always that way.
All right, let's go back to the National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, is advocating for the death penalty for drug peddlers, especially those responsible for selling harmful medications to children. The Director General Mojisola Adeyeye emphasized that severe penalties are necessary to deter such criminal activities, citing alarming cases of falsified medicines. Adeyeye highlighted the inadequacy of current penalties, noting that light sentences do not effectively discourage repeat offenses. She called for collaboration with the judiciary and the National Assembly to strengthen legal measures against drug peddling, asserting that those who cause harm to children through bad medicine should face the ultimate consequence. Despite its efforts, NAFDAC is struggling with a shortage of manpower and funding, with only about 2,000 staff members across the country. Adeyeye expressed hope of improvement in resources to enhance the agency's ability to combat drug-related issues effectively. Mr. Anoske, given NAFDAC's call for the death penalty for drug peddlers, do you think this is a viable solution, or does it risk overstepping the bounds of justice?
Well, I remember in the 90s when the military were shooting people at Kirikiri. They would tie people that have been condemned to death and to face firing squad. That they are shooting them, people will still be standing there.
Inside the Kirikiri prison.
At the Kirikiri there, where people are tied at the drum and to be shot, people will still be standing there. So, for me, it will take a lot of enlightenment that will stop people from committing crime. So death doesn't. So what I'm trying to say is that death doesn't scare people anymore. Understand? But another thing is that death sentence is being abolished in most countries of the world. Death sentences have been abolished in most countries of the world. It's only in totalitarian countries, undemocratic nations like China, North Korea, that carry on death penalty. So, what they are doing is bad, understand me? But I prefer whoever is arrested and convicted, let whatever property asset he has be confiscated. Understand me? Okay. So I feel so that those people will know that they worked in vain, because I cannot ascribe death sentence. Whoever is arrested and found guilty, let whatever he has, his businesses, his house, let everything be seized by the state. So I feel that would be a more serve as more deterrent, because somebody will say, if I commit this crime and you arrest me and kill me, my family will begin to enjoy what I have. Understand me? But when they know that when they are arrested and they found guilty, all that they have worked for will go. I feel it should serve as a more way of stopping it.
All right. Okay. Talking about the severe shortage of manpower when it comes to NAFDAC, how can the government ensure more effective enforcement of drug laws when those who are tasked with it are short-manned when it comes to tackling drug abuse?
The issue is, if NAFDAC is productive, understand me, they have the capacity to recruit their own workers. Understand me? If they are productive. So for me, it's embarrassing that NAFDAC is complaining of being short-staffed. If you are making money, which they have capacity that to make money, they can recruit. Understand me? They can recruit. If they call for recruitment tomorrow, more than 1 million people will respond because the unemployment rate in the country is very, very high. Understand me? The unemployment rate in the country is very, very high. So for NAFDAC to be complaining of shortage of staff, to me, I don't understand it. But the only reason could be because they are not productive.
How can they be self-funded? Because if you take a look at it, they are more or less okay. I think they even go throughout the approval of talking about production of food. Yes, you need to get a NAFDAC registration number to be able to sell drugs and mostly food, packed foods, and so on and so forth. So they must be able to generate money through those lines. So how come they have been short staffed?
The issue is this. Let me tell you that is secret.
Okay.
You can even buy NAFDAC numbers at the market.
Wow.
So it is not every product that you see that has NAFDAC number that was given by the by the agency.
Wow.
That's
Really interesting.
So many businessmen have machines that print out NAFDAC numbers.
Very interesting. If that's the case, okay, that means when I'm about to consume any product, I will need to call the NAFDAC office to ask them about the number to be sure if that actual product was actually regulated or ratified by NAFDAC.
That's whether it passed through them.
Through them. Okay. How likely is it that the National Assembly will pass harsher penalties for drug-related offenses, considering the political implications?
No, they are not going to do it because if they do it, world bodies, civil society organizations are going to raise an alarm. So National Assembly won't, because as I said, their sentence has been outlawed in most parts of the world.
Okay. Okay, what about harsher policies apart from death penalty? I didn't
No,
know that.
I've given
You said destroying and confiscating their properties.
I said seizing
Their
whatever
properties.
they have made.
Okay, you think that will be enough?
For that's if they are in jail and you seize all the properties, all the houses, all the cars, that understand me.
Okay.
So they will know that all that they did was just a waste of time.
All right, and what role do you think political corruption plays in undermining the effectiveness of agencies like NAFDAC in tackling drug-related offenses?
Well, we are in a corrupt society. Understand? So due process are not really followed in a lot of all these things. Understand me? Due process are not always being followed in all these things. So there are always shortcuts to a lot of things in the country.
All right, I don't know whether Mr. Pius Duko is still with us. I would have loved to hear from him if you're still with us on the show this evening. All right, it seems like the audio of Mr. Pius is still. Please, can you unmute your mic or remove your talking about your device so that we can actually hear you? We are finding it difficult to hear you, Mr. Pius. All right, still nothing. We can still hear you. Okay, and let's go back to the next conversation, which is very interesting and dear to those who went through the Nigerian education system. We understand that the Nigerian government has announced the abolition of the current 6334 education system, replacing it with a compulsory 12-year uninterrupted basic education model. This change aims to streamline education and raise the minimum entry age for tertiary institutions to 16 years. Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, stated that this new policy will enhance learning continuity, reduce dropout rates, and provide students with early exposure to vocational skills. By adopting a standardized curriculum, the reform seeks to align Nigeria's education system with global best practices. The implementation will involve policy reforms, infrastructure development, teacher training, and partnership, ultimately equipping youth with relevant skills for the workforce and contributing to national development by reducing social issues linked to early school dropouts. Right, Mr. Nosike, how does the government plan to address the existing infrastructure gaps that may hinder the successful implementation of this new 12-year education system? How do you feel about an introduction of a new education system?
For me, this is just a theory. I know that the speech that they wrote when they were bringing in this 634 was even more fantastic than this. Understand? And they are now saying that it is not working. The reason why it is not working is them, the government. They know how to write papers, but they cannot implement. For me, there's nothing wrong with the 634. But the philosophy behind it is what they are not following. The issue is this. We are supposed to be running a system where at the end of the school year, maybe that's at the end of the first 3 years, that's a JS1, JS2, or JS3. A decision is being made whether you are going to technical schools, which is no more anywhere. Because this is the idea then was when you enter secondary school, you now, that's at the 3rd year, you now choose whether that to pursue academic or practical. And then government built technical schools, which doesn't exist anymore. So if they can implement that, we won't be having this unemployment in the country. Understand me? So when you are entering SS1, you are now deciding whether you are pursuing theory or practical. If you are pursuing practical, you will be removed from that school to a technical school. But understand me, then those who are pursuing academic will remain in the school. So people now will now go to the technical school and spend 3 years learning skills. So as they are finishing the remaining 3 years, they have become at least having knowledge of maybe carpentry, painting, that's house wiring and so on and so forth. Understand me? So if they are to move further to the university, they will go to polytechnics instead of universities.
All right.
So for me, they don't know what they are doing. Everybody just want to show that I'm available. This is what I'm doing. The former Minister of Education was the one that said that everybody must wait for 18 years before going to the university. So he used it and people got to know him. So he became notorious, not popular, with that one. So this one has come again, a 12-year academic something. So it will now be accredited to him. My concern is implementation and not white papers. We have more than enough of white papers in this country.
All right, implementation being a big issue as far as this new education system is concerned. Okay, with the new policy setting the entry age for tertiary education at 16, do you foresee challenges in accommodating students who may not be ready for higher education at this age?
Certain
16 years as the minimum age to go into the tertiary institution.
Everybody doesn't have the same gift. Understand me?
Yes.
Some people brighter than others.
Yes.
Again, depending on the family that somebody comes from. Understand me? So you can. There are things that you cannot just implement, or you see mass exodus of people. Today, people are graduating from the university as 18. Understand me? Some people are getting an admission into the secondary school in primary 4. So you shouldn't be wasting people's time. Understand me? Whoever is faster should be allowed to continue. You shouldn't paint everybody with one brush. I'm against it.
All right, so painting everybody with one brush, okay? And does that say that we have a lot of matured minds, or some will say those who are not 18 don't have a lot of matured minds in the higher institution?
Excuse me, or there's a saying, if you are good enough, you are old enough. If you are good enough, you are old enough. In most companies in the world today are run by people under 30. Understand me? They are run by people under 30 because they started early. Understand me? So, because we have over 65% of the world population are youths under age 35. So you cannot say because somebody is 20 and he's qualified for something, you say no, he should wait until he is 50. So that's why I say once you are good enough, you are old enough. Understand? Age shouldn't be an obstacle to anybody's progress or development.
All right, definitely you made a good example of something above 50, but everybody is always talking about an education system. We take a look at our university system, how porous it is in terms of the level of education. And if we are to be in a society where we have best facilities when it comes to education setup, most universities in the world, they now make use of AI at some point. They make use of computerized system to make sure that the students were able to learn under conducive conditions. But take a look at the fact that our tertiary institutions are not ready when it comes to advancements, to meeting up with global practices. The government is preaching what they cannot be able to meet up to. And you want to take those 16-year-olds into those tertiary institutions hurriedly and compulsorily?
Maturity doesn't come with age.
I'm not talking about maturity.
That's
what about
everybody
the
should
environment? Know. The environment they are going to be exposed to at that large number.
So the people that are graduating at 18, 19, which environment or were they exposed to?
Some of them a lot. Okay, we have Pius Luca with us. Maybe we can hear you now.
Yes. Can you hear?
Yes, I can.
Now?
We can hear you now. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
You mean it? Oh, that's great. That is great. So let me quickly start from the first to second to third to summarize, especially the issue of Ribadu, Ribadu trying to maybe give 7 days warning to the woman. Well, it is an old issue since Obasanjo's administration. Anyway, let me say it, that Ribadu not only talk about those 4 prominent people that were corrupt. Ribadu told Obasanjo that there are many of the governors that are supposed not to end the second term as a governor. In fact, it's based on that strength that I think there was a gang up against him, and before you know, he was removed from office. I haven't told the president that most of the governors you're seeing in the corridors of power that are going to seek second term in office supposed not to be there because of their corrupt practices. So I think instead of the government then to investigate the matter and to look into what Ribadu'S said, they now turn around and remove him. So for this woman now to bring this issue, which for since 2006 thereabout has been in the public domain, I don't think that basically is going to attract new thing or maybe bring a sore relationship between the president and new Ribadu. I don't think so, because it has been there for over the years. So bringing it now, a lot of Nigerians will say, what else are you trying to bring? Anyway, that is that one. On the issue of death penalties for those people who are, bringing and manufacturing a lot of wrong drugs or bad drugs or whatever into the country, I think just your my colleague have rightly put it there, that death penalty have been abolished, mostly in part of the world, apart from some Arab countries that are, putting people on gunpoint and they will kill you immediately, and also some like the Chinese and also maybe Japanese countries and some even countries that are monarchical like that. So, but I think just like he said, let me ally with him to say that confiscation of properties and even begin to, seize all those things so that their people will not inherit it, will make do, will sanitize, will, clean up the system. This is a country that the more you are even arresting them, the more new people are coming in, new recruits every day, every day. So I think they should deploy some means, very, very digital means, to arrest people and put the right punishment, that will do them. But even now, that to even come to the public domain and say they are understaffed, I think that is another thing that they don't supposed to do. That is disservice to the nation, because I think by now they're supposed to have nowhere to write a memo to, and they will get approval of the memo, and then go for recruitment. You don't come to the public domain and say we are understaffed. Maybe that's why we are not performing. That's why it means that you're supposed to resign. You resign from there. Even in other countries, you will resign. For you to even say that, it means that you are not capable. It means that you lack the capacity. It means you lack the ingenuity to address those things that they have put you there in place, and you are not giving an excuse. In places like this, excuse will not do the matter. Quickly on the issue of looking at the removing the GSS, the SS3 education. Why I am even contemplating on that, I saw another write-up that the government is trying to deny that they are not saying so. So I don't know now. I'm trying to decipher which one is correct. Whether the earlier statement that they are going to remove the earlier policy that they have to replace it with this one now. Because when I saw that denial, I didn't know which one to believe and which one not to believe. However, I would have loved that the scrapping of the GSS and the SSS, merging all of them together would be fine. Why do I say that? I'm saying that because in the first instance, you allow somebody to study for 3 years and you ask him to register for junior WAEC, which you know that because of poverty and poor environmental background, a lot of parents have borrowed money to put in their daughters, their son, or whatever for junior WAEC. And mind you, the junior WAEC cannot make you to assess anything. It's not a certificate to be reckoned with. It's not a first grade to now make you to come to senior WAEC. I think they should eliminate that bottleneck. I think that is waste of fun and waste of time for these people. People all over the world, they are growing, and then you are putting an embargo on them. So the system coming up to try to remove it is good. But I'm also be careful. I want to be careful, because each time new Minister of Education comes, you hear 6334 system, you hear this JSS, everybody want to bring new pattern so that people will think that they are working. But if they come down and do a better research, I think good education and skills for our little children, handwork, as we used to do in those days in primary and secondary school, will give us a better deal so that we will not live after school and looking for work. We are looking for employability, not the one that unemployment everywhere. I think that is very scary. So let the government take a good position to making sure that the population we are turning out every year, with the millions of people that is coming out, and then solving out the issue of dropout, school children dropout in pari passu with this policy. Which one is better to now making sure that a lot of our children attend better education, coupled with the issues of the emergencies, coupled with the issues of other people, insurgency coming up here and there, and kidnapping of school children, and even the teachers. These are some of the things
All
I
right.
think security wise, should be looking into very critically.
All right, thank you very much. In spite of the fact that you're not here when the network was really giving you issues, I must say you've done a resounding job in summarizing.
Marvelous.
Yes, a marvelous job, and of course, in summarizing your own input in that aspect. And I must say that's a nice one, Mr. Paris. I wish we could maybe sit together, maybe do unwind as a Friday way of maybe appreciating that effort, but. Fortunately, you're in Port Harcourt. Maybe whenever you're in Lagos, maybe I will owe you one. Okay, Mr. Ski, we are pressed for time. Is this the solution to education sector before we
go? What we need is a skilled country, not an academic country. The world is moving towards skill. What can you do? We should be talking about practical knowledge, not a book knowledge. So that's my take.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Nosike. Okay, so we're in Lagos. Okay, maybe we'll find somewhere since it's Friday.
No problem.
All right. It's been a pleasure having you on this. And of course, Mr. Pius, it's been awesome also having you on the show this evening.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much. But I just want to remind you one policy that Obasanjo said when he was about leaving office. He said in everything you want to do, government should monetize. So you can monetize the Friday night anyway.
Wow, I love that. I love that. Okay.
Thank you.
Very, very intelligent one coming from Mr. Pius. Have a great weekend. All right, okay, that's a wrap for today's episode of the Issues on Voice of the People TV. I want to say thank you for joining us. If you found value in today's discussion, hit that like button, share this episode, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We are always looking to hear your perspective. Make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications turned on so you don't miss a single episode of the Issues. We'll be back next week Monday with more insights and updates. And until then, stay engaged, stay informed, and let's keep pushing for the change we deserve. I am Jerry Arpeliohai. See you next time on the Issues.